Yo, what's up? Bob here. Welcome to Vinyl Finds on the Bob Bradley YouTube channel. This is number 85. That's right, folks, number 85. Found some records this week, and we're going to get into them right now. Coming in hot. That's right. Bam. Joni Mitchell, Blue, right? I've been looking for this record forever. Believe it or not, this is the cleanest copy I can find, and it's got quite a bit of ring wear on the front. The vinyl's rather clean. It's on reprise, right? This is a pretty interesting record from Joni. Kind of Spartan, really stripped down, and just an earnest piece of work. Fantastic. Probably one of her best records. Hard to find a clean copy because of the blue cover, obviously. Like a black record or whatever. They just show a lot of ring wear really easily. This one's pretty clean. Maybe a little bit better than way better than a placeholder, but if I find one with a super clean cover, I'll probably pick it up. But I'm really happy to have this. I've been looking for it for quite some time. It's not easy to find. You know, you see Joni Mitchell records everywhere, it seems. And that's one that you won't see very often. Speaking of records you won't see very often. Vinyl's clean, cover heavily ring worn. Definitely just a placeholder for me. I just bought it. It was cheap and had to have it. From the collection of Steve Newman, evidently. Boom. Miles Davis in a silent way. Got Steve's name right up here on a little sticker. And on the label here. It's on the Columbia 360 label. This is a fantastic record. As far as just like a cohesive and just like really appealing piece of work from Miles Davis, this is it. Especially from this period. You can play this for somebody who's maybe not really a super huge jazz fan, and they'll probably like it. Ethereal sounding, just this big vibey thing. Really kind of ambient and just putting out those heavy vibes. The trumpet on this sounds incredible, you know, because they're laying out this kind of soundscape, and when Miles comes in, it'll just knock you out. So epic cover, of course, got the ring wear. I would take a nice 2i or even a audiophile reissue. I really screwed up. I should have got the MoFi one when it was available. That's one of those things I wish I would have been more on top of at the time. But this is a very nice sounding copy. You know, the Columbia 360, you know, people, you know, kind of turn their noses up at that. It's just a really basic pressing of the record, but you know, it'll do. Speaking of Columbia 360s, found this one. Bam. Yeah, Thelonious Monk. It's Monk's time. Yeah, this is a pretty cool record. You know, typical Monk record. There's some solo stuff. There's some stuff featuring the whole band. It's also on a Columbia 360. You know, Thelonious Monk, what a guy. A genius even. Definitely influencing a large group of musicians, especially the ones that played with him. After you play with Monk, it seems like all those guys, musical sophistication went up a level, and for good reason. Monk is no slouch. He's doing a fantastic job. This is, look at the cover. This thing is clean. That's why I had to get it. You know, those will be fine, even if I don't get a 2i or whatever. Sooner or later, I'll find a nice audiophile pressing or something like that. And
let's get serious.
Let's get into some serious things. I got 2 records left, and both of them are rather serious records. You've probably heard of one and probably not heard of the other. Let's go with that. Here we go. Coming in hot. Bam. Egg. That's right. The Civil Surface. This, you might have seen this around. Got this epic cover with an egg on the front of it. Yeah. It's on Caroline, that's right. Got that kind of Virgin-esque label, right? Really, really cool record. Somewhat pricey. Bit of a prog record. kind of fusion-y, epic kind of distorted bass guitar tones. Just all sorts of things going on this. Brass and just all kinds of weird, crazy stuff. These guys can play pretty good. Primarily a three-piece band, but they have all kinds of help on this. And if you see this around, definitely check it out. Especially if you see it for cheap, because it's an expensive record. Egg, the Civil Surface. Yes, this is super, super cool. Really, that's near mint, I would say. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. But bringing us to the last but not least of this week's finds. Yeah, this was even a surprise to me. Walked in, recent arrivals bin, and saw this sitting there. I thought, okay, I'll grab that. Boom, Sun Ra, Space is the Place on Blue Thumb. That's right, that classic Blue Thumb label. Really, really cool. Sun Ra, talk about a guy who is influential, right? There's all this guy's echoing through the decades up until current day. You got people like Kamasi Washington. Kamasi plays more of a Coltrane style, but his whole presentation and other members of his band and things like, he always has a giant band. There's this lady up there, and she's cutting all these strange angles and stuff, and kind of singing very much like the singers from Sun Ra. And this is a sweet record. Sun Ra is a bit of an acquired taste. Kind of like pickled bologna, if you will. It's that pink bologna that you see floating around in that jar. Not for the faint of heart, you know what I mean? This is really, really challenging to the uninitiated listener, but you'll be better off if you take the journey to outer space and check it out. Sun Ra, insane, super stoked. I have only a few Sun Ra records. I'm building my collection very slowly because they're very difficult to find, especially good ones. This one does have a clipped corner there, yeah. But overall, this thing is smicko, super clean, super clean. Space is the place. This is like your Parliament Funkadelic primer. Yeah. Not a huge stack of records this week. Just the ones I grabbed out of the box that I thought would be cool to show. Some really good stuff. 2021 is right around the corner, and we really need to start the year off really strong. I'm not sure if I'm going to do one of those best finds of 2020 videos. I might. I did find some interesting stuff this year. I've had better years. I've had worse years. This was a tough year for being out digging in the crates because, of the obvious thing, with the COVID and all that. I will tell you this, an interesting find of this year, right? We'll just get into this right here, right now. You see, right up there on the wall, right, is that Bill Evans Jim Hall Undercurrent cover, right? Well, when the virus first hit, it was not really a thing yet. It was, there was a few cases in Seattle and maybe mostly overseas. I wasn't feeling that good, and I was just hanging out at the house, but I thought I would go down to the thrift store and take a look and see if they had anything. And I go in there, and they got a little crate of just, Boots Randolph and, stuff, show tunes and whatnot, and I'm flipping, and I come across this minty undercurrent cover, and I'm like, oh yes, can't believe it. And I turn it around, and written in red marker on the back, it says, record not inside, Platters inside. And sure enough, there's a Platters record in there. But it was only 50 cents, so I thought, well, it'll look really nice on the wall. It is one of my favorite covers of all time. That's pretty much how I started out the year. So, I was glad to get the cover. It's cool, but a bit disappointed that the record wasn't in there. That's it. It is what it is. All right, anyway, please like, subscribe, tell a friend, leave a comment down below. Yeah, that's right, folks. It's winding down. Bob out.